Hey guys, Mario here. I'm so excited to hear the news coming out of Huntington Beach. 2 out of their 3 measures passed, one of them being voter ID, the other one saying that only the American flag and the state California flag can be flown on government buildings. That's a great thing. Dylan Mulvaney released a video. Some man was attacked on the subway. There's all kinds of bad news, but I do want to focus on something that's really important and something that came up in conversation yesterday. During our weekly sign meeting, we were celebrating Pie Day. I made shepherd's pie, I made chocolate pudding pie, and then someone also brought over one of these, a box of these, 2 different flavors. And I was like, oh, I'm so excited. I love these guys. I opened it up, I pulled one out, and I said, what is this? Look how tiny this is. I said, I remember these being much bigger. I remember them being at least as big as, like, say, a McDonald's apple pie, not like a little tiny square. And even the McDonald's ones have gotten a little smaller. Well, during that conversation, I said, welcome to inflation, ladies and gentlemen. And they all kind of looked at me like, what? I said, oh, yeah. I said, this has been happening for a long time. You guys just haven't noticed. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, even before Donald Trump, they were priming the population for inflation. And they were like, what do you mean? I said, well, the big auto manufacturers were releasing commercials, and I remember them very vividly because I wrote it down because it was something so significant that jumped out at me. When the auto manufacturers were releasing a lot of these smaller crossovers, they were saying that the next big thing is small. The next thing is here. The big is small. So they were already priming people through advertising to accept that the next big thing is going to be small. So flash forward to the last 3 years, we've seen our prices increase, but we haven't noticed the smaller changes in our consumption. What happens is they make the items, in fact, smaller. The pies, the bacon is no longer 16 ounces. Many of them are now packaging a 12-ounce bacon and still charging you the same price. In fact, they're charging you more because things are more expensive. You're not going to notice it on things like milk or eggs just quite yet because those come in gallons, but definitely with the eggs, you'll start noticing they get smaller and smaller and smaller. And what's happening is I've been paying attention outside of my local community. I got to pop my head up like a gopher sometimes. And I see that there's been attacks on meat packing plants, explosions at a poultry plant, explosions at an egg plant or a dairy farm. And I'm going, why are these places exploding? What is going on with these places that is causing a disruption in our food system, which also brings prices up? And I'm going, so wait a second, you guys haven't noticed this, but you guys are starting to feel the pinch. And when you go to the grocery store and you're starting to see more and more empty shelves, there's the disruption in our food system. It's already here. We just haven't paid attention enough. They move the products, they make advertising in those empty spaces so that people don't feel like they're looking at empty shelves, because an empty shelf would cause the human mind to go into a panic. This is how they are controlling a population. And you can change this. You can bring other people to light and bring other people to this awareness by just having these casual conversations, making the comment to a friend who is still lockstep and programmed, say, I was at the grocery store and when I bought a pound of bacon, did you know it wasn't no longer 16 ounces, it was 12 ounces? And they went, well, they'll go, what? What do you mean? Yeah, go check it out. And boom, what, really? I said, yeah, aren't you paying more for bacon these days? And why is it smaller? Welcome to inflation. Now you've dropped that little penny of doubt into that well and started to cause those ripples to kind of take effect. This is how we do it. It's all about communicating these ideas to someone who isn't quite ready to receive it. But if you give them something that they experience in their daily lives, like the size of a pie, and the fact that you're paying more for a smaller product, now you've got something. Ask them to look at their kids' packages of their Gushers. Ask to look at the box of cereal. Notice that these portions are getting smaller and you are still paying the same price, if not more. All right, you guys. I love you all, and I will talk to you guys soon. Mwah! Bye, guys.